Yo, I'm live in the garage. Eating lunch. Friday night nonsense. Broadcasting live from my garage, from my new used boat. From my new used boat. Let's see, where can I set the camera? Fly fishing ninja, hello. Let's see if I can get this thing set up. I'm trying to do this from my iPad. We'll see how it goes. And I will attempt to pay attention to comments as they scroll by. But the last time I did one of these, the comments, they went by too fast for me to keep up with all of them. And most of you guys are such goofballs that I couldn't keep up if I tried. What's this little thing do? Will this show me the comments? Show live comments. Okay. Looks like we got 5 on board. Give me a chat. Give me a shout out. Show me who we got. Let's chat a little bit before we get into the main event, the super exciting main event, which is going to be me showing you the ins and outs of this new boat, along with what I plan to do with it this weekend, next weekend, and basically all the mods that I'm going to make before actual open season, open water season is available to me here in the heart of Iowa. Papa Mike Simpson was, Marshall is holding on to the ice. I know, man. Marshall Sawyer's on. We got ice here too, man. I'm about an hour south of Marshall in Riverbend. Hey, there we go. Deer loins and taters right now. Wow, I appreciate you taking the time out to watch this while you're cooking your loin and taters. Loin is the finest, is the choicest cut, in my opinion, of that woodland creature. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, Marshall, my lake that I live on here is actually pretty much completely frozen over except for all the edges, which are melted. So it's no longer safe to fish, and it's Badger Farm Grill's on. My rock is going out tomorrow. I'm behind you. I need to get that rock painted up and get it out here. I got some good rocks and I got some good spots. And hello, Pop Mike. Look, I'm on the boat. That's a question you don't even need to ask. Papa Mike says you got a room for a fat man. Hey, I run about 240 myself. I can see my jowls taking the plank with me tomorrow to get out. That's a good idea. There is actually one thing. Well, I don't know. I need to go. There's by the marina that I fish by. I suppose there's a chance I could probably go out on the dock and drill a hole next to it, or maybe even fish directly off of it if it's already open all around there. But it's pretty sketchy stuff. I could probably pull that off though. But this weekend I got lots of chores. I got to go down tomorrow morning and do some volunteer electrical work at this building that we're working on. Wilkins Outdoor Adventures says I need a boat. Well, it just so happens that I got one for sale. As it turns out, when you live on a lake, you start to accumulate a lot of boats. Now, this is the new boat, which we'll get into more detail soon. Over there is the Fat Lip, the Lund 16-foot, and that's what you guys have seen my previous videos on. Most of my previous videos of me fishing were in that boat. It's a 16-foot line, and it's a good, I call it the Fat Lip because it's red, and it's pretty beat up. And so, hey Yardley Kennedy, how's it going? And thank you for the congratulations. Like I was saying though, so I got this boat, I got that boat, and I've actually got a little 12-foot aluminum V-bottom out in the yard. And then I've got the family boat, which is a pontoon boat, and that's in storage. So here in the garage, I've got currently 2 of my boats. The other one, the other fishing boat is outside. So I've got 3 fishing boats right now. I got to unload part of the fleet. this is going to be my main boat coming up for the near future and the ongoing future. It's a 98 Tracker. It's in really good shape. If I think about the time, you know, between 1998 and now, this boat is was much better cared for than the care that I took for myself over those intervening years. Much more. So I guess I'm doing this on an iPad. I probably should have tried my phone. This thing's kind of big and bulky. But let's do a little show and tell here. Papa Mike, right on. Congrats, man. New boat and cold brew. Only thing messes a wet line. Yeah, you're right about that. All right, so I'm not sure what I'm showing you here. So, you know what? Let's just jump out of the boat for a minute. Let's just jump out of the boat. Let's climb down the ladder safely. Safety first, everybody. Always safety first. Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you over taters frying. I'm sure it wasn't important. You didn't miss anything. Your taters are more important than my babbling. Let's see. Can I get far enough away to get a shot? All right, so there's the Tracker, 17.5 foot. It's got the, I can't see what I'm showing you. It's got the 60 horse Tracker made by Mercury. Right. Pretty cool. Casting deck on the back. 2 seats, casting deck on the front. Chair. It's got an older motor guide. Can you see this thing? An older motor guide. What am I trying to say? Trolling motor. And it still seems to work. It's pretty old though, so I may end up replacing that. Riverbend says, that's sweet. Thanks, man. So basically, this thing has been really well kept. The only thing so far that I found wrong with it, there's just a few worn spots. Just a few worn spots in the carpet, and just a couple, like just little things. Like you see this little patch, like that little area there. The motor is extremely clean. I fired it up in the driveway the other day with the hose and the muffs on. It just popped right off. I actually got, it's kind of a funny story how I got the boat. Did I already tell this story? I don't know. I don't know if I did or not. But so a buddy of mine from here in town wanted to make he saw this boat for sale, wanted to make a road trip to go check it out. He asked me if I wanted to go check it out with him, so I did. And so we cruised down, looked at the boat, and he drove because he was looking at buying the boat for himself, of course. And so, you know, we scoped it all out, and you know, I was checking everything out too, and he got the guy down to a great price, which was great, and so I was really excited for him because it's a great boat, great deal. Seems to have been extremely well kept. I think I'm the third owner. And I think it's been stored indoors the entire time. And so he buys it, we drag it back up here, and then within a week, he decided that he wanted to invest that money in something else, and was wondering if I was interested in the boat. Now, since I was there, had personally checked it out, knew exactly what he paid for it, and he only wanted to get his money back out of it. Hey, Joe Buck, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. I knew exactly what he paid. All he wanted was his money back out of it. I was already there when he checked it out and bought it in the first place. Done deal. So I wasn't originally planning on buying a new boat this year. I had been talking about, you know, buying a new kayak this spring, or my first kayak this spring. Don't tell my wife, it's probably still going to happen. But like I said, I got to downsize the fleet. I got to get rid of the fat lip, which is another boat that I got a really, really sweet deal on. You can see I'm in the process of getting it cleaned up and ready to sell. A lot of catfish ran through this boat this year, the last 2 years actually. A lot of crappie. So a lot of fun in that boat. It's a great little fishing boat to bang around in, especially a couple of the spots that I go that are only like a couple of feet deep that I'm not going to be able to take the tracker to. That part bums me out a little bit. But if I had a kayak, I can also get there from the bank. Anyway. Hey, Chavez. Cool, man. Good to see you here, buddy. So here's the boat. Trackers go pretty shallow. I don't know if it goes as shallow as the fat lip over there. And I hit rocks every single time I took it back to that one spot. Country Girl Catfishing. Howdy, y'all. Hey, thanks for joining us. That's cool. Cool to see you here. I just got done watching one of your videos yesterday, day before, from the catfish convention. Wish I could have been at that one. That looked like a lot of fun. Speaking of catfishing, I told them on Facebook that you're live. Oh, what a guy, said Mike Chavez. What a guy. Mike Chavez, the man. I already sent him a picture, but look. I got my Mike Chavez sticker right here on my biggest, fattest, meanest catfish tackle. I figured that was the most appropriate place to put my Mike Chavez sticker. So I can appreciate and support, appreciate all the support that he's given me on my YouTube channel and all the enjoyment that I've got watching him catch big old catfish all the time. Now, I'll be chasing flatheads on this lake and channel cat, but I do intend at some point this spring and summer to take this boat, drive a couple hours over to the Missouri River, and try and catch some blues over there. So that should be fun. But that does bring me up to the modifications. The modifications that I'm going to need to make to this boat to make it, like right now it's just set up straight up bass fishing. And I don't do a whole lot of bass fishing, straight up or otherwise. I'm not even sure what otherwise would be. Accidental, I don't know. I do a little bit of accidental bass fishing, I guess we could say. But, so obviously, I need rod holders. So basically catfishing and crappie fishing are my two favorite deals. I don't know what ditch pickle is. Is that a bass? Ditch pickle. Okay. They don't taste like a pickle. I ain't ate a bass in a while. I gotta say though, when I do accidentally catch a bass, they are fun, man. And they are fun, and I may do a little bit more of that since I'm a little bit better equipped. I'm definitely much more well equipped to fish from the front of the boat on this boat than what I was before. So back to the modifications. Obviously, I'm going to need a full array of rod holders from all of my preferred fishing positions. And so first of all, what I went out and did, actually I didn't go anywhere. I just sat in my chair and I ordered a bunch of these rod holders. Now they're not like super high end, super expensive, like monster rod holders or whatever. But I think I got 6 of these or whatever, and I think they're less than $10 a piece. So I'm gonna mount basically 4 of them up here in the bow, kind of one off of each sort of side, and a couple up here more towards the actual bow itself, and a kind of a somewhat semi-spider rig configuration for crappie fishing. Now here I'm limited to I just missed whoever left a comment there. I didn't see that, but I can only fish with 3 rods here. In Iowa, your license gives you 2 rods, but you can pay for an option for a 3rd rod. So that's, of course, what I have. And, well, thank you. I like my boat collection. None of them are sterling gems. Our pontoon boat's pretty nice. We try to keep that pretty nice, but the fishing boats definitely get a lot of usage. Elite bass stick. Let's go. Fist pump. High intensity elite bass stick. Okay. So back to the rod holders. One thing I did discover is that there's a slight bevel to the aluminum here on the side. So what I ended up doing was getting some rubber washers. So what I'm going to do, let's see, can we see it? See that slight gap down there? So it's only a 3-hole mount. So I'm going to mount 2 towards the back and use the rubber washer towards the front to sort of make up that gap. But I figure it'll be stronger that way, since if there's a fish pulling on it, they'll be pulling against, you know, away from it, against the back. So I'd rather have the 2 screws in the back and 1 in the front. But these do seem to feel, you know, pretty sturdy. Obviously, I haven't mounted them yet. But I am going to get those mounted up this weekend. I think I have a total of 6 of that style, and then I got 2 of these style, which are a little bit taller, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Actually, what do we got? My coat's stuck. So yeah, you can see the difference in height. Can you see the difference? Can anyone see anything? Can anyone see anything? What's happening? So, you know, it's like I don't know, there's probably like a 4-inch difference in height. So the tall ones, I'm going to mount back here. I'm going to mount back here on the 2 corners, the tall ones, right? So I'm going to have 2 of those, 2 there on each of the back corners, so I can fish from the back seat. So I'll have the 2 tall ones, and then I'm going to have a couple more of the other ones on each side, so I can have 4 positions from the back. And I'm going to have 4 positions from essentially the main casting deck area. So I figure that way, pretty much whatever direction I'm either anchored or drifting or whatever, or trolling or whatever it is that I'm doing, I should be able to put out my rods and be able to effectively fish them. And who knows, I may end up getting some more rod holders, but I think that's a good start. It's at least going to be enough to let me know what I like, don't like, where I need to add more, if I need to move them, whatever. Right, so that's going to be project number 1. The other thing I got, oh, cool motor collection. Thanks. Yeah, these are purely decorative. Can you see them? Yeah, I got those hanging up there in the garage. I just like old motors. I just think they're cool. Get a better look. So I got those, and then I've got this. Of course, I got the 9.9 on the fat lip, and I've got this 25 horse Johnson over here, which is currently being worked on. And I'm not sure if you can, yeah, where you're live, yeah, Papa Mike, I hear that. Are you down south? Are you in Missouri? There's I heard about that guy. There's actually some in Illinois on the Mississippi River that were lost, I think, in the last week too. So, yeah, we all need to be aware of all that. Maybe rethink the way we do things. I know I will. Sorry if you guys hear my ferocious Chihuahua wiener dog mix. If you can hear him barking, he hears me talking. He thinks there's somebody out here. Anyway, so the next item I got that I'm going to add is this 3-rod holder. There's already some rod storage on the deck, but I know that I will step on and break them. So I thought it would be cool to get like this thing. I put it either down there. Can you see that? Put the rod holder there, or maybe on the opposite side, like over here, so that I can store a few rods vertically that way. I'm gonna have to let my dog out here just so he can see that there's no strangers. There's no danger out here. Let's see if we get Shorty on the. Come on, Shorty, want to come out here? Where's he at? Shorty, Shorty, Shorty. Wanna go fishing? Me too. See, there's nobody out here. It's just me. Okay. You wanna go back in? All right, you can go back in. What a goofball. What a goofball. Okay, so that was the rod holder collection, or the rod holder plan. Now, the next major project is this boat came with, I'm not sure, Riverbend, my boy likes your dog. I like my dog too. Your boy's smart, right? Oh, realistic fishing is here. Well, Alex, you already missed the good part. Now, I guess that doesn't mean you can leave. Actually, we're just getting warmed up, and it hasn't even gotten too ridiculous yet. So, I know the last time you were on one of my streams, you took things in really dark directions pretty quickly. What was the good part? I don't know. I'll leave it up to the chat room to decide. There really wasn't a good part yet. It's just me babbling about my new old boat. Just because I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm also going to be, PGH Bonifay, going to be live tomorrow. Cool. I'll be on the lookout for that. I will actually do another video when I'm doing all these projects that I'm talking about. A little more in-depth, because I know that I'm not showing anything with any degree of accuracy. I'm holding this iPad, and I should have been doing it with my phone or something, because it's just not working. I'm fumbling. I'm fumbling, well, the way I usually do. Googly boogly. So anyway, the boat came with this Lowrance Elite 4 HDI, and actually, so this is funny. Here's the good part, realistic fishing, Alex. So I did a search on this particular fish finder just to see what there was on YouTube, and one of the results that popped up was a realistic fishing video, which I believe had the exact same fish finder, and you're talking about like trying to figure out how to like interpret what was actually on the thing and whatnot. So I remember when that video came out, and I watched it then, but I watched it again today or yesterday. I don't know what day it was. Oh, your boy pissed his pants. Okay, I'm sorry. You gotta. All right, Yardley. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. Ray, I'm sorry that you're gonna have to clean up. I'm not sure how old your boy is, if he's old enough to clean up his own pants or not. Either way, I'm sorry that happened. Anyway, back to reality. Well, actually, that was reality. So I'm going to take off this. I'm going to take off this Lowrance unit, and I'm going to have to pull the wire. Ow! I just ran into my homebrew table. Do you guys know I'm an award-winning homebrewer? It's true. I'm pretty much award-winning at all my endeavors. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to, pull this transducer and all the power wire and everything back up to this location. I'll pull a string along with it. And thanks, Wayne. And oh no, I've got. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. I've got. What is this? Okay, sorry guys. Sorry about that. My shirt somehow got attached to my coat. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. Hey, eating lunch fishing, looking good. So snare. Hey, good to see you, Snare and Bait. You've been putting out some good stuff recently. Glad to see you here. Thank you. So I'm going to move this unit up to the bow, right? I'm going to mount it up in this region. I've already got and mounted, like the only thing I've actually done so far is mounted this trolling motor transducer mount. So I'm going to move the existing unit up there, and I'm going to put my Helix 7 here. I've got a ram mount on order because it's too wide to fit right here. So I've got a ram mount that's going to let me, stick it out this way and have it right here and not get in the way of this most important feature right here. So my Helix 7 is going to be here next week, and I'll mount that and I'll do all that, run all those wires and relocate. And that way I'll be running 2 sonars. I kind of wish they were both going to be Humminbirds, so that way I wouldn't have to learn all the Lowrance menus. Change mine to a 7.2. Oh, did yours? So, okay, Mike, since you're in the typing mood, what year is your tracker? And do you still have it and use it? That's not the boat that you're usually fishing out of. And did it come with the same setup? Did it come with the same Lowrance unit? 2014. So yours is much newer than mine. Yeah. Mine's a 98. But as you can see, I mean, it's well kept. It's in good shape. There's I bet you do. I like it because it's aluminum. So I don't have to worry about fiberglass. I just feel like I would put holes in fiberglass. And it's mostly welded aluminum, but there are some rivets. Based on the shape of everything else in this boat, I don't anticipate any leaking. But either way, I guess let's just hope that the bilge pump works just in case. Because riveted boats occasionally do leak. That said, that 16-foot Lund over there, and that thing's been through some battles. The old fat lip has gotten a few fat lips in its day, and it's all riveted, and not a one of them leaks. Of course, that's a Lund. This is a tracker, but still, I just have a thing for aluminum boats. All 3 of my fishing boats are aluminum. Call me old school. This is the, you just jinxed yourself, Chavez. Your boat's leaking now, since you just typed that. So yeah, those are the plans. I'm pretty excited to have, these seats, these pedestal seats that it came with, they look pretty comfy. I haven't actually sat in one yet. I'm gonna sit in one. Oh man. I'm gonna sit in one. I'm gonna sit in the back one first. Okay. I'm sitting in the back seat. Wow. Actually feels pretty good. Hey, can you see my reflection? Can you see my reflection in the glass? I don't know if you can see that or not. But it feels like I ought to be able to reach down, grab that pole, grab that pole, grab that pole, grab that pole. Don't bust a hump. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but I'll try not to. So yeah, it feels like from this spot, I should be able to reach my planned rod holder locations from this seat. Can you take a leak off the side? I could take a leak off the side. I could take a leak off the opposite side. I got stream, high intensity. Texas for don't bust your butt. Okay. Well, I don't understand a lot of Texas lingo. Being from the Midwest. Thank you for the translation. I do like those outboards. Aren't those cool? Except for that Minn Kota trolling motor up there. That's kind of out of place, isn't it? That thing doesn't work. It's got the same It's got the, I actually loaned it to a friend of mine. 39 Camper, what's up, man? What's up, 39? What am I trying to say? So I loaned that, the long shaft Minn Kota. I'm not a picker. I'm actually a lucky guy because my uncles. Hey, Metalhead, what's up, man? I just been showing everybody the new boat. I won't run through it all just for your benefit. You can watch the replay. And here's something cool that I think they added, and I think will work. It used to be when we did these live streams, none of the chat stuff showed up, but I think now you can watch previously recorded live streams with the chat. So just remember that, you guys. You're going to be on record here. So you know how some of the previous live chats went? You might want to avoid some of that stuff. I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, Clinton. You know what? Speaking of Clinton, okay, so there's actually a very decent chance that that white one is a Clinton. It was actually sold by Coast to Coast Motors, or Coast to Coast hardware stores, which is, I don't know how widespread they are, but back in the day they were a pretty big hardware chain around this area. And so, you know, like everyone did, like Montgomery Ward did, they private labeled their Sea Kings and stuff like that. That's an old Coast to Coast. It very well may be a Clinton, which was made in Minn Kota, Iowa, which is not far from here. And that green one you see right up there, well, that green paint is not original, but that was sold by Montgomery Wards as a Sea King, and that one was manufactured by Clinton Motors in Minn Kota, Iowa. That's a 4 horsepower air cooled, and I actually ran that on the 14-foot aluminum V-bottom that I've got out in my yard. And that particular boat, it's covered, don't worry. That one has been in my family. It was purchased new by my great-grandfather something like 65 years ago, something like that. So that green motor up there is not the original that came with it, but that's the one that I ended up running on it for a couple of years. The one that was original looked more like that red Sea King up there, which is a 7.5 horse. I think that white Coast to Coast is it's a 1.5 horse or a 2 horse, and so is the Evinrude right next to it. Those are both essentially trolling motors. And then off to the side, that brown one there, that's a Gale 10 horse. And it's funny because that 10 horse, I'm not sure the year on that one, but it weighs about as much as a 1970 Johnson 25 horse that I've got. So yeah, I just like these old motors, and my kind of plan is to just take them down. Hey, thanks for entertaining my boy. He didn't understand how this works. That made his day. Well, if he's still there, hello from EatnLunch, the famous Midwestern fisherman. It's not a hard word. I don't know why I stumbled over that one. But yeah, I do like old outboards, and I've got a couple of uncles that know that I like old outboards. And so a couple of those were just dropped off to me, either because they picked them up at one at a time, or at one time or another, and they know I like them, so they hooked me up a couple of them. I picked up on my own. I've used a couple of them, but my plan is to like one at a time when I have time. Like, I'm ever going to have time for that. And, you know, at least clean them up, get all the old oil off of them, and maybe just, you know, I don't necessarily want to like refinish them complete like to new. I still want them to show their age, but they're pretty much strictly decorative, and I want to just make them look, you know, I want to keep them showing their age and that, but have them clean and kind of oil free, and hang them somewhere, like in my office or something, or whatever. But I think with that 25 horse over there, I want to put it on the fat lip. What am I showing you right now? I don't know. The red Lund. I want to put the 25 horse on that and keep that Johnson 9.9. because that little motor is really reliable. It's a really good motor, and I want to keep that and put it on the little 14-footer just because it's such a great motor, and it's so reliable, and it'll push that little 14-footer real well. It was kind of slow for the 16-footer. I think I topped out at like 12.5 miles an hour if it was loaded just right and everything, and the wind at my back, etc. But oh, Chavez got to go. All right, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in and chatting. But with the 60 horse on the 17-footer tracker. From everything I've read and people are telling me, I should be able to hit 30, 35 miles an hour in that. So I'll definitely be able to get up and down the lake much, much faster in this boat. And really looking forward to that. So for those of you that are just joining, how many pennies does a tracker like that cost? Well, the penny conversion, I don't know if I'm willing to go through right now. But this particular boat, did Metalhead just say he's at a hibachi restaurant watching this? Cool, man. Way to rub that in our faces, but I appreciate you watching. Are you waiting for a table, or are you watching? Add 2-0. I do know the math. I was being funny. Metalhead, have you eaten yet? Are they doing tricks? Are they throwing eggs and shrimps around? I love that stuff. I throw eggs and shrimps around all the time, but it doesn't have the same effect. No one's amused. It just makes a mess. So anyway, this boat included trailer with spare tire, brand new tires actually. Petroleum motor, the 60 horse, a full tank of gas, which I have no idea how old the gas is, and the sonar and everything like that, $4,500. So that's a pretty screaming deal, actually. At least I'm not sure what it's like around the rest of the country, but around here, if you look on Craigslist, stuff like that, and see what people are selling boats for, it's a pretty good deal. And basically it was because that's how much the guy, 17 foot 7 inches, I believe. That's how much the guy still owed on it, on the loan that he had taken out to buy it. And he had recently bought a brand new bass boat. And so he desperately wanted to get this one off the books. So he ended up taking basically what he still owed the bank. So yeah, it is a good deal. I'm pretty pleased with it, actually, especially compared to a lot of the other stuff that's on the market around here right now. When you compare the shape that it's in for as old as it is, it's been well kept. Like I said, it's fared better over the last 20 years than I have. The other cool thing, the trailer has these. Can you see this? Oh man, now I want one even more. I need to keep up with the Joneses. Ain't no Joneses around here. He added this. That was. If you heard that, that was me. That was me. That was the seat. That wasn't me. He added these LED light posts on the trailer. Markers. So that'll be handy because they're much taller, and it'll be nice for backing up. It was the seat. What was the seat? I just cleaned these seats. They're squeaky. I've been eating squeaky seats, Wayne. I actually like that one. That was a good one. I've been eating squeaky seats. I'm going to sit in the driver's seat and pretend like I'm driving it. I haven't done that yet. Okay. Yeah, I guess the other bad part of these is that you can't edit live streams. So I cut off. That's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing that cut off, because I was acting like an idiot. Give me your keys. No, I'm driving safe. Man. I'm in a garage. That being said, I do need to be careful getting out of this thing. I'm going to show you guys the most ridiculous vehicle in my collection. Okay? Here we go. Let me clear the path here. And get my Hawkeye flag out of the way. This flies proudly from behind. See if I can get a good view here. This, friends, fishing buddies, fishing aficionados, this is a 1972 gas-powered two-stroke golf cart jacked up on ATV suspension with a Harley-Davidson wheel kit. And I call it El Diablo. Here's a look at the front. Lights, basket, 1972. It's older than I am. Two-seater. Now here's the cool part, and no one ever believes me, but you can do your research. I've done mine. So it's a Yamaha two-stroke, oil injected, and when you put it in reverse, the motor runs backwards. That's true. The motor actually runs backwards. There's no like actual, I mean, there is a transmission and thing, but there's this series of solenoids. Yeah, it could tow the boat. Unfortunately, it's got with this jacked up kit on it, with the wheel kit, the wheels are much larger, so it has a higher top end speed, but it lost a lot of the torque. I didn't put this on. It was like this when I bought this. I mean, I saw this thing for sale, and I'm not gonna buy it. So I immediately named it El Diablo, because it's red, like the devil. And what am I trying to say? So yeah, it'll go pretty fast. I haven't really clocked it, but it doesn't have a lot of torque, but it will run pretty fast, and it does have a hitch on it. So I could drag things around if I wanted to, but mostly I just throw stuff in the, thanks Wayne. I have too many things. I have this giant garage, and if you have a giant garage, it gets full. It gets full. Like I said, I gotta unload, I gotta sell one of these boats. You drove a Diablo once? Was it a Lamborghini? Because if so, you got me beat. But actually, so I live on this lake, and it's a private lake. I'm not one of the rich people on the private lake, but I only bring that up because the whole area is not like part of a town really, and so people just drive their golf carts all over all the roads and stuff, and we call it being on campus. So you can kind of just cruise around. There's a beach to go down by the lake. I've got, my boat lifts down here, and I just drive. We drive back and forth to each other's houses on our little carts and stuff, and everybody just has a good time here at the lake. I'm one of the very few, less than half of us actually live here at the lake full time. The rich people have houses that are like 5 times the size of my house, and they they show up like 2 times a summer and have parties, and the rest of the time it's these giant, amazing, beautiful homes just sit there, empty. But during the summer, I tell you what, after 10 a.m., I live in a little river town, we just drive lawnmowers around. Yeah, that works too. I got one of those. I haven't driven it anywhere except in my yard, but I would in a pinch, certainly. On the lake, though, there's a lot of people that are really into water sports, and they pay no heed to fishermen, or what us fishermen. You a hippie? I'm not a hippie. I'm not a hippie. I make rap videos. What's up, M. Edwards? That's a good idea, Ray. Do you charge them? A beam motor? Well, none of them run. Reconnecting. Am I reconnected? Have I reconnected? Lost the stream. I think I'm... There we go. Okay. I thought I was back. Yes, here we go. I'm back. Unfortunately, though, I'm not sure how long the battery... Well, unfortunate, fortunate, that's in the eye of the beholder. But I'm not sure how much longer the battery's going to hold out on this iPad. Hey, Ray, you still there? Still got a copy? Riverbend Longbows outdoors. I hope you're still there. Well, I was just going to point out that nice, okay, see that nice shed over there hanging on the post? My daughter found that one mushroom hunting last spring. So she was pretty cool. She is pretty cool, but she was pretty pumped about that and brought those home for me. So I didn't shoot that deer, but my daughter found that shed while she was, those shed antlers while she was mushroom hunting last year. And so I just thought you might appreciate that, since I know you like to wander the woods looking for sheds. So there we go. Is my river certified short still working? I assume you're talking about the shirt, and yes, it does work. Speaking of river certified, you gave me a sticker the other day, so I stuck it on my tackle box. My main tackle box. I figured I'd put it there because when I go down to this river that's near me and want to fish off the bank, and I'm actually fishing in the river, then I will be, it's more appropriate to have a river certified sticker on your tackle box when you're fishing on a river. Most of my fishing's in a lake. Not to say the tackle box won't be with me, but I do need to work out the storage situation with the new boat. I think I'm going to have to move to more like of the plastic tackle containers than one giant tackle box. Oh, you like that? You like that hat? Crappie Town, USA, baby. Crappie. I haven't actually seen that name before. Are you a subscriber? Crappie? Am I pronouncing that right? Is there a preferred way to pronounce that? Or is it some kind of, is it Criffa? Crappie? Challenge, biggest bass this summer. You accept, are you, I assume you're not challenging me. I don't play no game that I can't win. Which was this? I don't know which one the first way was. Graffa. Yeah. Criffa. 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 Criffa? I'm going to say Criffa. Oh, I got it. Challenge on. 39 campers challenge. So I assume you're not. I don't know. I'm missing parts of the chat, but I accept no bass fishing challenges. I can't catch bass, not on purpose. The other thing, though, definitely break your tackle down into individual boxes, crappie wire, whatever. Yes, that's definitely what I'm going to do. And especially my catfish tackle and my crappie tackle. I've already got them kind of broke down in my tackle box, but I need them broken down into like bite-sized chunks that that will fit properly into the storage. But here's the announcement. So Riverbend Longbows has accepted. I don't know if you guys subscribe to his channel, but you need to, because it's a lot of cool bushcraft stuff, walking around the woods, giving cool tips on how to do stuff in the woods, how to find stuff in the woods, and he's an amazing archer with longbows that he makes himself. So I guess it's a recurve bow, right? Is that right, Riverbend? Is that what that style of bow is called? A recurve, a longbow? I don't know. I'm not that big into archery, though. I did buy my first bow this last year, but I still need to get it set up so I can learn how to bow hunt for next year. No, it's a heavy reflex longbow. Okay. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so lately, Riverbend Longbow Outdoors has been there's been 2 of them so far. Trickshot Tuesday. So if for no other reason to subscribe to the channel, which you guys should all do anyway, do it for that reason, because those are cool. Now, the second one that he did, I had requested a ricochet doll head shot. He wasn't able to obtain a doll head, but he did use a balloon and ricocheted it off a board, popped the balloon. So Ray, this is the boat. We'll pop the seat off here, and this summer you can stand up here, and I'll get one of those like water balloon launchers and a flaming doll head, and I'll launch it up into the sky, and you got to shoot it. Now, I've actually put some thought into this, and that's why I was asking you if you have any floating high-vis arrows. All right, Metalhead, enjoy your flippy shrimps. Thanks for stopping, watching. Appreciate that. Enjoy your dinner, especially if you're there with a lady. Anyway, so Trickshot Tuesday coming up this summer. We're going to launch a flaming doll head into the sky, and I want Ray to shoot it with one of his arrows, with one of his custom bows. But the thing that worries me is recovery of the arrows on the 1% chance that he misses. So they need to be able to float, and they need to be visible in the water. I imagine the visibility thing we could pull off with some kind of, I don't know. I know we don't probably want to paint up any arrows. You got any old arrows? I don't know, man. Can you practice? Can we put some? Do arrows float? Do wooden arrows? I don't know what arrows you use, but we got to solve this problem before the summer's out, because I want to see a flaming doll head get shot off the bow of this boat before the end of the summer. Now that's a challenge. And there's only one man that I know that can do it. Oh, I got it, man. Bow fishing arrow under. Perfect. Bow fishing. There we go. Summer challenge, biggest bass. Who are you challenging, 39 camper? You just want to win because I won't catch any bass, and if I do, it'll be on accident. I might catch like a 12-inch smallie. I don't go bass fishing. You're trying to make me learn how to bass fish? How about How about most pounds of flathead caught in 24 hours? Or most pounds of channel cat of all species caught in 24 hours? I'm glad Chavez is gone. Let's see the boat. Oh, you haven't seen the boat yet. Chat Cats. Hey, Chat Cats. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining us. Let's see. I'm dropping my iPad. Everything's going away. So this is the new used tracker that I just picked up. I was showing everybody where I'm going to put all my rod holders for my crappie fishing and catfishing. How I'm going to move the existing sonar up to the front and add my Helix 7 to the position of the existing sonar. So it's in good shape. Got the 60 horse on the back with Revolution hull. I don't know what that means, but it's revolutionary. New tires, spare tire. It's in good shape, man. It's in real good shape. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm looking forward to working on it this weekend, getting all my rod holders set up, and doing a few small customizations and things, getting it ready for open water. And I am ready for open water. The other thing I did, like I said earlier, some of you may have missed it. It came with almost a full gas tank, and I'm not sure how old that gas is. So like I do with all my boats and all my small engines in general, which as you've seen, I have quite a few small engines. Whether it's yard equipment or El Diablo, golf carts, or boat motors, whatever, I use seafoam. So I dumped a whole can of seafoam in the gas tank, and when I was driving it to my house, let it slosh around, just because I don't know how old the gas is, and I don't know what the condition of the gas tank itself might be. If there's any buildup or anything like that. And so then I ended up I'm burping. Firing it up in the driveway on the muffs. All right, Ray, thanks for stopping by, man. I enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it as well. So ran it for a while, and lo and behold, sure enough. Let's see, can we see this? So, oh yeah, that's a great view. See all that black junk in the fuel filter? Luckily, there was this inline fuel filter. All that stuff came out of the gas tank, fuel tank, which I believe is a 16-gallon fuel tank. So I'm going to continue to let that seafoam just work and break stuff up in there, and I'm going to run it some more. And I'm going to do a full seafoam treatment on the motor itself and try and bust up any carbon that's in there. But actually, when I ran it, it popped off right away. It ran a little rough at first, but then once it had obviously been winterized, because there was a lot of fogging compound that burned out right away. But I'm going to give it the full seafoam burn in. If you don't know what that is, look that up on YouTube. It's a smoky mess, but I use it on my motors, and I really think it helps improve the longevity, and I just think it's good for these small motors. And so I got heavy dose of seafoam in there. I'm gonna try and break everything up in the tank, catch as much as I can in this existing. As you saw, there's already a lot of deposits in that fuel filter. Catch as much as I can in that fuel filter, run a bunch of seafoam through the engine, and then I already got myself another inline fuel filter, so that I'm just going to keep that in the boat, so that when the time comes and the existing fuel filter is dirty enough that I've judged it's dirty enough, I've got one with me and I won't get stranded with a gummed up fuel filter. So that's me thinking ahead, like a responsible adult. We get another beer. Who else left online here? Let's see, we got a few of us. Have I been going for an hour already? My. All day IPA. Founders Brewing. If you like delicious hoppy beers, but you don't like the calories, I have no idea how many calories are in this beer. But it is lower alcohol, so I think that equates to lower calories. I'm back grabbing a beer myself. Ray is the man. What are you drinking tonight, Ray? Ray? Sweet Baby Ray. I used to work with a guy named Ray. Called him Sweet Baby Ray. Beers are good. 39 Camper is a man of truth and honesty. Beers are good. Not the greatest speller. I think that was supposed to be an S. Actually, you know what's kind of funny about that? Over the last 6 or 7 years, maybe 2 years, 1 year, every time I text my wife and it has anything to do with cheeseburgers, I spell it with like 7 E's and all Z's. So it'll be like CHEEEEEZEBURGERZZZ. And I'll be like, can we have cheeseburgers tonight? But it looks like cheeseburgers. Because I really like them. Really like them. My belly. I've got the belly of a man who likes cheeseburgers. I can see we're at that point. I'm not sure what else to talk about. I showed you guys the boat. Pro Team 175. Told you about, I'm just going to get the last little bit I can here. I told you about the modifications that I intend to make. Oh, hey, did any of you guys see my video that I did about the swap meet? Marshall, what did I miss? Man, you didn't miss a thing. Just babble. Just straight up babble and nonsense. But I'm pretty sure I put the word nonsense in the title of this, just to set expectations. Anyway, check these out. I don't know if y'all saw the video where I went to the mid Iowa, central Iowa fishermen's swap angler meet combination boat show, where I filled a tub for $7.50 of all these soft plastics. There's like I don't know, this is 1/10 of what I got. But there was this table of them, just all the colors of the rainbow. And there was a really lot of them. You could grab these little jugs, like these little Tupperware tubs. It said fill a tub for $7.50, so that's what I did. The other cool thing that I got is this. Let's see. I'm gonna go for a long shot. It's a 10-foot fly rod, but I got it for crappie fishing. To get out in vertical jig over the brush piles and whatnot. I'm just going to put a spinning reel on it because I don't own a fly reel, and I don't really intend to do too much casting with it. But I've watched quite a few YouTube videos of guys using these things for crappie fishing. Not casting flies or anything like that, just using regular crappie jigs, but just using the long fly rod for pretty much for the length and for the sensitivity and the action, and it feels great for that. I got this at the swap meet too. At what I believe is a good price based on some after the fact price checking. I had fun with that video because I went in there knowing that no one was going to know who I was, so I asked everyone if they knew who I was, and none of them did, except for Spencer, River Certified. And even he didn't want to admit it at first. So that's the level of fame we're dealing with here, gang. Luckily, I've got such loyal friends and fishing aficionados, fishing buddies that are here with me tonight that have just as little to do on a Friday night as I am, or as I do. Except for Metalhead, he's out getting shrimps thrown at him at the hibachi with I'm guessing with his girl or woman or whatever he's got. I don't know. Maybe he's with his parents. Maybe he's with his grandparents or other family members. I think it's irresponsible of us to make too many assumptions about who he's eating dinner with tonight. It may not even be our business. But this is the internet. And, I don't condone cyberbullying, though. So all I'm going to do is hope that he enjoys his hibachi dinner. I don't know what I'm talking about. Where did I put my beer? Can someone say something on the chat to keep this thing going? Do we need to keep this thing going? Have we done enough? Have we done enough? I don't know. 67 minutes. That's a long time. That's a whole lot of me. Beer. I know. It's the only thing keeping me going right now. I'm running out of interesting topics. Normally, this whole section, 1 hour of recorded footage would end up being about 10 seconds. Go burn something. Ooh. Any catfish vids? I got catfish vids. I mean, I don't have a way to play them for you right now, but if you go to my channel, I actually have a playlist of catfishing. Which I cordially invite you. Ooh, shoot something. That won't go over well. I could probably burn something, but we wouldn't be able to see. Maybe okay. Well, we already talked. We're gonna shoot something that's burning later, not tonight. We're gonna shoot a flaming doll head with an arrow. That's already been determined. I subbed. Hey, thanks. Not sure what M stands for. M. Edwards. But I'm going to call you Mr. Edwards. I'm assuming you're a guy. Although I do have some lady subscribers, and I appreciate them. That's why... Mark. My name's Mark. He must be a great fisherman and a handsome fella. As I was saying, though, I do have a surprising number. What's for dinner tonight? That's a good topic, and I don't know. Leslie Thomas, hey, what's going on? Late to the game, but I'm glad you're here. Anything new in the future? Well, I've been showing off the new boat that I got. So that's new. And I've been telling everybody what I'm going to do to it, how I'm going to set up my rods, my rod holders and electronics, things like that. So as soon as I get rid of all this ice on my lake, I'll get out there, start chasing them crappies and catfish. We'll do some bank pulling using my Mud Bum brand Diddy poles. Not sure if you guys are familiar with these. These are called hog logs. These are called hog logs. Any guys coming in late, don't worry about it because this is going to be recorded. It'll get published. You can watch the whole blessed thing if you want to. Anyway, this is the hog log system. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can set this up. Chicken wings and fries. That sounds good. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. So, basically, it's kind of like a big PVC thing, but it's not PVC. You pound it into the ground, and then the end twists off. If you're not, okay. All right, peace out, Ray. Thanks for coming back. So if you're familiar with ditty pole fishing at all, do I have any surf rods? No, I don't. I live in the middle of Iowa, so I don't do a lot of surf casting. I also don't do any surfing. I do drop things. Anyway, so this thing you pound into the ground, and it's got like the 700-pound test super line in it with a real heavy barrel swivel on it. Humble, you got that right. And so there's, you know, about 6 or 7 feet of line inside this thing. Need to set a weekend trip and fish the Des Moines River. Yeah, I definitely want to fish the Des Moines River for some cats as well. I definitely want to do that. And let's see, do I have any of those in here? Here's one. So basically, with this hog log, what you would do is you'd take basically one of your river leads, a couple ounces, you know, it's got a nice big circle hook on it. That one still appears to have a little bit of old bluegill on it. But it's a cool rig because they're all tied, so all you gotta do is slip your your weight on and then run your line through, loop the hook through the line, then you got your barrel swivel and your hook and your pole, and you put a big old bluegill or something on there, or a crappie. You pound this into the bank. It's a ditty pole, it's a bank pole. And then it's got good flex to it. You know, so I've caught some pretty good flathead and channel cat on these over the last couple of years. They're made by a local company here in Iowa called Mudbum. I'm not sponsored by them, I just like them and buy their crap. But I do have some videos of those on the channel as well. But the thing that I like about this system is that the line gets stored back inside of it, and I didn't take the hook off first, but the old style poles that I used to use when I was a kid, they'd just be either like a PVC pipe or even a bamboo stick, and we would just wind the line all around it, and then they bounce around in your boat or your truck or whatever, and it was just always a tangled mess. So these things work out nice, and I got a couple of them, and I got a smaller model for one of my nephews because I'm gonna get him involved this spring too. LOL says 39 camper. I'm not sure. I missed some comments. What did I miss? What's the joke? Are you guys making fun of me? You guys making fun of me? It's alright, I can take it. I'm a big boy. Not me. Not me either. Actually, I did a little. I do like to make fun of myself a little bit. I like to beat you guys to the punch when I can. But I can't do it if I'm not looking. Wings and fries, wings and fries. That sounds pretty good. I'll tell you what, guys. It's now 74 minutes and 30 seconds. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. What beer have you crafted? Crap, I was gonna sign off. So there's my kegerator. Oh look, there's a bunch of awards and medals and stuff for my home brewing prowess. So actually right now all I have on tap is a Belgian style wit beer. But what I'm drinking right now is a Founders All Day IPA. And that's one of my other hobbies is home brewing. I actually am the founder and whatever of a homebrew club here at the lake where we brew beers, talk about beers, and mostly drink beers. But we brew beers at the club meetings. and drink beers. So I keep 4 kegs of my homebrew, usually on tap here. But with the holidays and a bunch of business travel and a bunch of stuff like that, my beer pipeline is super, super low. But what I did have on tap was a amber wheat, a coffee stout, a Belgian blonde, and what I currently, the only one that still has anything left in it is that Belgian wheat beer. But I've got some more ingredients on the way. I'm gonna go through show you all the homebrew stuff. Maybe in the future I'll start another channel about homebrewing. That's my other sort of big hobby or passion or whatever. It's homebrewing. Combine science, building stuff, cooking, which are all things that I enjoy, and then you know what comes out at the end? Beers. Handcrafted, homemade, delicious, award-winning beers. That's right. Anyway, beer. That's right. So now 76 minutes and 54 seconds. I'm going to cut this off at 77 minutes. 8:59. All right, 77 minutes. Thanks everybody for joining me. That was really long. I really appreciate it. Had a great time. I realize it's past 77 minutes now, but I'm still talking. But hey, I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday night. This video will get posted at some point or published or whatever and remain available. If you're not already a subscriber, you know, click that subscribe button. Sorry for all the rambling and babbling, but I had fun. Hope you had fun. We'll do it again soon. And I've got some more actual edited videos coming up soon on the way. And looking forward to getting this new boat out on the water and provide you guys with some more excellent fishing content. From yours truly, EatnLunch. Always be fishing. Wish I could close this out in a slick way. I found out how to do it. Clicking end, signing off.